So, welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to our lecture series called Daily News in Shorts. In this lecture series, we cover a particular day's current affairs in a very short span of time within 30 minutes. The idea is that you get to cover your current affairs on a daily basis, but you don't spend your entire day just reading the newspaper. Therefore, we'll cover the entire day's current affairs within 30 minutes so that your rest of the day is free to study whatever you want for your civil services preparation. Now, just watching this lecture would be job half done because just after watching this lecture, you need to revise this lecture as well. Now, why do you need to revise? Well, revision helps to consolidate these current affairs in your memory for longer periods of time. Otherwise, you'll quickly forget these current affairs. Now, you can revise these current affairs from the notes provided by us, and these notes shall be shared on our Telegram channel. Now, where can you find our Telegram channel? Well, just below this lecture, this video, in the comment section, you'll find a link to our Telegram channel. You just have to click on that link and it will take you to our Telegram channel from where you can download the notes for this lecture. So now that we have that out of the way, let's begin today's discussion. But first, let's take a look at today's topics that we are going to discuss. Okay. Topic number one is the launch of Mission Mausam. Okay. Indian Meteorological Department, India's weather department, has completed 150 years. And on its 150th anniversary, Prime Minister Modi launched Mission Mausam. This mission is to improve weather forecasting capabilities of Indian Meteorological Department. So we'll talk about this. Then recently, a big dispute occurred between India and Bangladesh regarding border fencing. Okay, Bangladesh actually summoned India's diplomat in Dhaka. India summoned Bangladesh's diplomat in New Delhi. It is a big dispute, and the dispute is related to fencing of the border between India and Bangladesh. So, what is this dispute all about? We'll talk about this. Then, Prime Minister Modi also inaugurated Sonmarg Tunnel, which was previously known as Z-Morh Tunnel. Now, this tunnel would improve or create conditions for all-weather connectivity throughout the entire state of J&K. Okay, currently it's a UT, but you understand my point. Okay, and in the end, we'll talk about Chambal River Interlinking Project in Rajasthan. We have talked about river interlinking projects, but in the previous lecture, we talked about Kane Betwa River Interlinking Project, right? There is another river interlinking project which is related to river Chambal in Rajasthan. Okay, so we'll talk about this. Okay, so these are the four topics that we'll focus our attention on. Let's start our discussion, starting with topic number one, which is launch of Mission Mausam. Now, India's weather department, which is Indian Meteorological Department, was established during the British era in 1875. And in the year 2025, it has completed 150 years of service. Okay, on January 15th. So January 15th marks the raising day. Okay, raising day of Indian Meteorological Department. Now, to mark this occasion, Prime Minister Modi also inaugurated Mission Mausam. Now, what is Mission Mausam? Mission Mausam is basically a mission to improve the weather forecasting capabilities of Indian Meteorological Department. So basically, it is a mission in which we will upgrade our tech capabilities, satellite capabilities, okay, to improve weather forecasting. A similar mission was launched in 2012 to improve India's monsoon forecasting. It was called Mission Monsoon. So on the same lines, Mission Mausam has been released. Okay. Now, what is this Mission Mausam? So the mission will upgrade the capabilities of India's weather department in forecasting, modeling, and dissemination of information. Okay. Now, the budget for the next 2 years of implementation of Mission Mausam is 2,000 crores. And this mission will be implemented and spearheaded by three institutions. All these three institutions come under Ministry of Earth Sciences. Number one is IMD. Okay. The other is Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology in Pune and National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting, Noida. Now, along with weather forecasting capabilities, Mission Mausam will also improve India's weather, and this is interesting, weather modification capabilities. Now, weather modification means that India can change the weather. If there is no rain, we can increase rain. If there is too much rain, we can decrease rain, hailstorms, and many other things. Okay, this is known as weather modification. You must have heard about cloud seeding. It is used in desert areas like Dubai. Okay, artificial rain, right? So humans have these capabilities of modifying weather. So mission Mausam will not only enhance weather prediction capabilities, but it will also enhance weather modification capabilities. Okay, the mission will also manage certain weather events and on demand enhance or suppress rainfall, hail, fog, later lightning strikes. Okay, now all these things which involve weather modification require a specific branch of meteorology which is known as cloud physics. You need to have good knowledge of cloud physics to be able to modify different weather patterns. Okay, and cloud physics is nothing but understanding the patterns and the formation, dissemination, movement of clouds. Everything related to clouds is cloud physics. Now, to understand India's understanding of cloud physics, under Mission Mausam, we are also establishing a first of its kind cloud chamber at the Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology. Now, what is a cloud chamber? It is basically a chamber which will simulate cloud formation. So, chamber resembles a closed cylindrical tubular drum inside which water vapor aerosols are injected, humidity is controlled, temperature is controlled, and you create artificial clouds. And when you create artificial clouds, you do your research on them. Okay, through this cloud chamber, Indians would be able to better understand how clouds work, and through that knowledge we'll be able to modify the weather. All right, so this is a very ambitious project, Mission Mausam. All right. Okay. Now let's move forward to second news item, which is India-Bangladesh border dispute. So what had happened? Look, as far as India-Pakistan and India-Bangladesh borders are concerned, these two borders are manned by Border Security Force in India. Okay. And on the other side, in Bangladesh, they have Border Guards Bangladesh. So India's Border Security Force and Bangladesh's Border Guards Bangladesh, they entered in a bit of tussle. What happened was that India was trying to erect fences along the border between India and Bangladesh in West Bengal's Malda district. Okay, so we were erecting fences. The border guards Bangladesh tried to stop our BSF people to make these fences or erect these fences. And the video, someone made a video of that scuffle between these two security forces, and that video went viral on social media. Now Bangladesh is not happy that India is erecting a fence on the border. In fact, Bangladesh summoned India's High Commissioner in Dhaka, Pranay Verma, to express deep concern. They say that erecting a border fence at the border violates the bilateral agreement between the two countries. Okay. Later, angered by this action by Bangladesh, India summoned Bangladesh's acting High Commissioner, okay, Nurul Islam, again expressing its concern and dissatisfaction with the actions taken by Bangladesh's government. Now, why is there a border dispute between the two countries, and why does Bangladesh say that India is violating a bilateral agreement related to international border between the two countries? What is the dispute? Okay, so look, India and Bangladesh had signed a bilateral agreement which relates to how the border between the two countries would be managed by two sides. This agreement was signed in 1975. It is known as Joint India Bangladesh Guidelines for Border Authorities. Now, a provision of this agreement was that no defense structure can be constructed within 150 yards from the zero line or the exact border. So, no defense structure can be created by Bangladesh within 150 yards of the border. No defense structure can be constructed by India within 150 yards of the border. Okay, this was what was decided. Now, the thing is that India doesn't consider single row fence. Okay, India does not consider single row fence a border structure. Therefore, India says that this is not a border structure. This is not a solidified, proper border structure. Therefore, it doesn't come under this agreement. Therefore, we can erect this single row fence. But both Bangladesh and Pakistan consider this single row fence a defense structure. And they say, as per this agreement between our two sides, this is a defense structure and therefore it violates this treaty. Whereas India says that single row fence is not a border structure. Okay. Now, the thing is that India knows that Pakistan and Bangladesh consider this to be a defense structure. And India knows this, and India also tries to construct these fences beyond the 150 yards. Okay. Mostly India tries to construct these fences beyond these 150 yards so that no side has any concern. But the thing is that the Indo-Bangladesh border is very complicated. Okay, it was not properly demarcated during the partition. Therefore, there are many villages that lie within this territory. Okay, that lie within these 150 yards. If India constructs a border fence and these villages basically are in that border fence, then that would mean that these Indians are on the other side, are on the Bangladesh side of the fence. Now that would create problems, right? That is why India is constructing fence exactly at the border, because there are many villages that lie within 20 yards, 30 yards of the border. Okay, this is the problem. It's not a no man's land. Villages are here and they are within the 150 yards area, and therefore India doesn't want to push them. You can't construct a fence outside their village. Therefore India says that since fence is not a border structure, defense structure, therefore we should construct a fence. And the reason why India is constructing a fence is very simple. India wants to stop transnational crime, drug infiltration, human trafficking from the Bangladesh border. So India is within its rights to construct a fence. Bangladesh says that this is violation of our joint agreement. Okay, so what is India's stand? Well, you should know this, that India shares its largest border with Bangladesh. India shares land border with many countries, but the largest one is with Bangladesh. Plus, India estimates that 60% of transnational crime going across the border between India and Bangladesh comes from places where there are no fences. Okay, so where there are no fences, transnational crime occurs, proliferates, right? Therefore, we need to construct fences. Plus, India says that single row fences do not endanger Bangladesh's security, right? So, this is India's stand, plain and simple. What is Bangladesh's stand? Now, Bangladesh's objections are twofold. One, they always say that India is violating 1975 agreement. The other is that fencing causes inconvenience to villagers living along the international border. Okay, so these are the two objections raised by Bangladesh. Plus, Bangladesh says that India is actually deploying new types of fences known as smart fencing, which has CCTV cameras, electronic surveillance gadgets, and all that. Okay, so India is also erecting smart fencing along the border, not beyond 150 yards, along the border. Now, Bangladesh says that this gives India an opportunity to look within the territory of Bangladesh using these CCTV cameras. They believe that smart fencing within 100 yards give India the ability to look into their territory, and they think that this is a violation of their security space. So these are the objections by Bangladesh. Now, generally, whenever there was a dispute, and there have been disputes in the past with respect to border fences between India and Bangladesh, but both sides used to meet together and discuss it out. But now, well, as far as India is concerned, a hostile regime is in Bangladesh, is in Dhaka. And that is why these disputes have flared up. Earlier, they were resolved quietly, but now they are getting flared up. So, this is the situation. All right? Okay. Now, let's move on to our third news item, which is Sonmarg Z-Morh tunnel. So, PM Modi inaugurated the strategic Sonmarg tunnel in Kashmir, which is crucial to the government's all-weather connectivity plan for the Kashmir Valley and Ladakh. Okay. Now, this Sonmarg tunnel was earlier called Z-Morh tunnel because of its shape. The tunnel had this shape across the mountains. Okay, that is why it was called Z-Morh tunnel. So it is a 6.4 kilometer long tunnel, and this tunnel will connect the Gandarbal district in central Kashmir, okay, to Sonmarg, which is a very popular tourist destination. Now, it is a very popular tourist destination, but the problem is that the road between Gandarbal and Sonmarg is a very difficult road. Plus, during winters, this road faces a lot of avalanches, snow coming down, and that is why this road remains closed during the winter season. Therefore, tourists can't go to Sonmarg during winter season. Okay, that was the problem. But through this tunnel now, there is all-weather connectivity between Gandarbal and Sonmarg. Plus, this tunnel is just the first step towards the government's ambitious project of all-weather connectivity that connects the Kashmir Valley with all the portions of the J&K state. Okay, this is just the first step. The second step would be constructing a tunnel from Sonmarg to Dras in Ladakh. So these two tunnels would basically connect Kashmir Valley to Ladakh, and all-weather connectivity, mind you. So the next being the completion of Zojila tunnel, connecting Sonmarg in Kashmir with Dras in Ladakh. Okay, so Z-Morh tunnel connects Kashmir Valley with Sonmarg, and then Zojila tunnel would connect. It is not inaugurated yet, but Zojila tunnel would connect Sonmarg with Dras. So anyone from Jammu or Kashmir can go to Ladakh throughout the year. There is no problem of bad weather. All right. Now, about the tunnel. So as you can see over on this map, this tunnel was built by National Highway and Infrastructure Development Corporation. It connects Sonmarg, a famous tourist destination, with Kangan town in central Kashmir's Gandarbal district. Okay. The altitude of this tunnel is more than 8,500 feet. And the earlier roads were prone to avalanches. That's why no one traveled during the winters. But now they can because of this tunnel. All right. That's all you need to know as far as this topic is concerned. Now let's shift our focus to another topic and our last topic, which is Chambal River Interlinking Project. Okay. Now we have discussed river interlinking projects in the previous lectures, right? The river interlinking project that we discussed was in Madhya Pradesh, Ken Betwa river interlinking project, which connected Ken River with Betwa River. This Chambal River Interlinking Project is in the state of Rajasthan, and it will connect, well, Chambal and its tributaries. So the flagship river link irrigation project of Rajasthan will submerge 37 square kilometer in the Ranthambore Tiger Reserve, effectively cutting it into two sections. Now the problem is that for a river interlinking project to be completed, you need to construct a dam, a reservoir, okay, which will collect the water from the surplus river and transfer it through a canal to the deficit river, right? You need a reservoir or a dam. The thing is, whenever you construct a dam, it submerges the surrounding areas. Now, it is said that once the construction of Chambal River Interlinking Project starts, you will construct this dam, and this dam will submerge 37 square kilometer territory of Ranthambore Tiger Reserve, which is a protected area for the wildlife in that area, especially tigers, right? Now, Ranthambore Tiger Reserve would get submerged and would be split into two parts. Now, this is not good for biodiversity of the region, and definitely environmental activists are objecting to this. Okay. In fact, the Ken Betwa River Linking Project would also submerge Panna Tiger Reserve, which is again a very problematic thing for environmental activists, right? Now, the official name of this Chambal River Interlinking Project is called Parbati Kali Sindh Chambal Eastern Rajasthan Canal Project. Parbati Kali Sindh are both tributaries of Chambal. Okay. Now, more on this project. So, the canal project is expected to channel the surplus water of the Chambal River Basin for irrigation, drinking, and industrial use to 23 districts of Rajasthan, benefiting 3.45 crore people. Now, what is this Chambal River Basin? Chambal River Basin is the area drained by Chambal River and its many tributaries. Okay. So, which are the other tributaries of Chambal River? So, it includes Chambal, Kunnu River, Parvati River, Banas River, not banks, Banas River, as you can see on this map, Banas River, and Kali Sindh. Okay. Now, for this project, a dam will be constructed on Banas River, as you can see on the map over here. Okay. Banas River actually joins Chambal River, but over here the dam would be constructed, and this would submerge this area, these two areas, dividing the Ranthambore Tiger Reserve into two parts. Okay, this place is called Village Dongri. Okay, now you know about the project now. Plus, it has not yet started; it is just in the planning phase. Okay, but a question might be asked in the prelims examination related to Chambal River. Okay, so we need to gather some information about Chambal River. Okay, so Chambal River basically originates in Singar Chauri Peak in northern slopes of Vindhya Mountains, which is in Indore district, Madhya Pradesh. Okay, so Chambal River originates in Indore district, Madhya Pradesh, in the Vindhya Mountains, Singar Chauri Peak. Then it flows through Madhya Pradesh, enters Rajasthan, then flows through Rajasthan and then enters UP, and then it finally merges with Yamuna River in Etawah district. Okay, so you can safely say Chambal River is the tributary of Yamuna River. Okay, now remember, Chambal gets its waters not from any glaciers, it gets its water from the rainfall. So it is a rain fed river, and its entire basin is surrounded by Vindhya Mountains and Aravali range. It has many tributaries: Banas, Kali Sindh, Shipra, Parvati or Parvati River. Okay, now this region is also famous for a wildlife sanctuary called National Chambal Sanctuary, which is located at the Tri Junction. What do you mean by Tri Junction? Where the borders of three states meet: Rajasthan, UP, and MP. These three states meet at a particular point. Okay, that is known as the Tri Junction area. On this Tri Junction area, you can find National Chambal Sanctuary, which is famous for critically endangered species like ghadial, red-crowned roof turtle, and the endangered Gangetic dolphin. Okay, now the thing is, it's not the Chambal River interlinking project that has submerged protected areas. Okay, thing is that Ranthambore is just the third tiger reserve facing loss of land due to upcoming dams. The first one was North Koil Reservoir project, which submerges Palamu Tiger Reserve in Jharkhand. Ken Betwa, we talked about this. Ken Betwa River Link project, which is submerging Panna Tiger Reserve. And now Ranthambore is third in the line. So there are genuine concerns put forward by environmental activists. Okay, all right. And with that, we conclude today's session. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'm sure it has added value to your preparation, but it would add more value if you revise this lecture as well. Please do not forget to revise this lecture. And with that, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much, everyone.